Guys, in some recent shocking news, popular movie producer Tyler Perry faces a US $260 million lawsuit alleging sexual harassment, assault, and career retaliation by actor Derek Dixon. Now, in this article posted on June 13th, it says famed media mogul and filmmaker Tyler Perry is facing a major legal battle after a former cast member on his television show Ruthless and The Oval filed a US $260 million lawsuit alleging years of sexual harassment, assault, and career retaliation. The plaintiff, who is Derek Dixon, an actor and fitness model, claims that Perry used his influence and power within the entertainment industry to coerce, exploit, and ultimately retaliate against him for resisting unwanted sexual advances. Now, filed in the Los Angeles Superior Court, the lawsuit paints a deeply troubling picture of abuse allegedly masked by the glitz and authority of Perry's sprawling entertainment empire. Now, some backstory on how it began. So, according to the court documents, Dixon and Perry first crossed paths in 2019 during a social event at Perry's Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, Dixon says he was working as a fitness trainer and aspiring actor when Perry expressed interest in helping him to advance his career. Now, shortly after their initial meeting, Dixon was offered a small role in Perry's show Ruthless. Then, just a few months later, he was promoted to a series regular role on The Oval, which is a political drama on BET, and it was created and directed by Mr. Perry. Now, while Dixon was initially grateful for the opportunity, he claims that it came with an unspoken price. And in the complaint, Dixon alleges that Perry began expressing inappropriate romantic and sexual interest, which escalated over time into unwelcome physical contact, suggestive remarks, and alleged attempts to control his career trajectory based on his personal compliance. Now, here we talk about the Bahamas incident and alleged assaults. So, one of the pivotal incidents highlighted in the suit took place during a cast retreat to the Bahamas, allegedly organized by Perry himself. Dixon claims that while socializing with fellow cast members, Perry made a bold advance by groping him in front of others. What? The behavior, he said, was both humiliating and threatening, especially given Perry's authority on set. Now, Dixon also describes two separate incidents that he characterizes as sexual assaults. The first occurred in January 2020 and the second in June 2021, both allegedly at Perry's private residence in Georgia. According to the complaint, Perry invited him to discuss scripts and projects only to allegedly corner and assault him in what Dixon describes as moments of overwhelming fear and confusion. Now, let us look at the retaliation and career fallout. Now, Dixon claims that after rebuffing Perry's advances, his role on the Oval was slowly diminished. In conversations about upcoming seasons, Perry allegedly warned Dixon that if he didn't stay in line, his career might be killed off. Now, in the business world, we would call that constructive termination. Constructive termination? I think so. That prophecy came to pass. Dixon's character was pew-pewed and removed from the show, a move he believes was retaliatory. He claims that his once promising acting trajectory was deliberately sabotaged when he would not engage in a relationship with Perry. Mighty goodness. Now, Dixon left the Oval ahead of its final season in 2023, reportedly forfeiting over $400,000 in earnings. Now, according to the lawsuit, he also lost opportunities with other production houses due to behind the scenes blacklisting and feared speaking out sooner due to Perry's influence in Hollywood. Now let us look at the emotional and medical toll it has taken on Dixon. So Dixon says the legal finding delves into the mental health consequences Dixon says he has endured since the alleged harassment and assaults. He was reportedly diagnosed with PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and insomnia, and suffers from low cortisol levels and gastrointestinal complications. In December 2020, he began taking Zoloft, which is an antidepressant, to manage his symptoms. Dixon says he struggled with emotional breakdowns and isolation as he battled feelings of betrayal and confusion about the power dynamics he experienced on set. Now, Dixon's lawsuit names both Tyler Perry and TPS Production Services, which is Tyler Perry's company, and seeks US $260 million in damages for emotional trauma, loss of income, reputational damage, and alleged abuse of power. Now, Dixon has requested a jury trial and says his goal is not just monetary compensation, but to expose what he describes as a toxic culture of exploitation in the entertainment world, particularly one that thrives behind the facade of success and moral leadership. Now, a statement released by Matthew Boyd, who is legal counsel for Tyler Perry, strongly denies the claims. Boyd called the lawsuit an outrageous shakedown effort based on lies and stated that Mr. Perry has never had any inappropriate relationship with Mr. Dixon, and that allegations suggesting otherwise are completely fabricated. Boyd added, "This appears to be nothing more than a ploy to extort money from a respected public figure. Mr. Perry will fight these baseless accusations and will not be intimidated or defamed by falsehoods." Now, at this time, Tyler Perry has not issued a personal public statement. So when we look at what is at stake here, so Tyler Perry is one of the most powerful black filmmakers in the world, celebrated for building a billion-dollar empire through plays, television shows, and films, many of which focus on morality, faith, and redemption. He has long been hailed for creating opportunities for marginalized actors and for bringing African American stories to the mainstream. And if you guys have been following, his most recent, blockbuster hit, Straw, which stars Taraji P. Henson, is now on Netflix. And, it has gotten rave reviews. So I would suggest that, you guys can also watch it. Now, if these allegations move forward, they may cast a complex shadow on Perry's legacy and challenge long-held perceptions of accountability and power dynamics within minority-led production environments. So, what happens next? The case now heads to discovery, where both sides will be required to submit evidence and testimony. Legal analysts suggest that, given Perry's prominence, the case will be closely followed not only by Hollywood insiders, but also by advocates for workplace safety and victims' rights. And we know, there is one very famous one that is happening now in the courts, right? Now, as it stands, Derek Dixon's lawsuit signals the continuing reckoning within the entertainment industry, where fame and influence are no longer enough to shield powerful figures from scrutiny or consequence. Now, all of this information, is a buzz on the social media space, and I haven't seen them as yet, but apparently there have been text messages which have been brought to the public between Mr. Dixon and Mr. Perry, and some persons have been commenting that based on what they're seeing, these are not legal professionals. These are just mainstream citizens who are looking at this not from a legal standpoint if they don't have any legal background, but their opinions are based on what they see. Nothing, yes, some of the text may be inappropriate for an employer employee. You need that barrier between employer employee, but they state that they have not seen any instances where it could be considered harassment or any bribing or anything like that. Again, I have not seen any of these text messages, so I'm just going based on what other people have come out on social media and commenting. So I am going to go research and look for those text messages, and then I may or may not bring up this topic again. But guys, this seems to be the next big potentially big lawsuit that will be coming soon to you, because we have one that is happening presently in the courts. So we will see, and we just want to ensure that employees and employers maintain safe relationships, that no one is abusing their power, and hopefully this person isn't just telling untruths now that based on the success of Straw, and that they're just trying to get some money and trying to defame Mr. Perry's reputation, because we hope that he is not being untruth, because we don't want persons to falsify these allegations, because what will happen next if persons falsify these allegations, it will only put a damper on real survivors, because I'm not going to call them victims, real survivors of assaults and certain actions against them. So we don't want all of this to be watered down, where the proper authorities will not take genuine allegations seriously. So we will see what happens in the courts, and if Mr. Perry is in the wrong, then he will need to face the consequences. If Mr. Dixon is wrong, same, he will have to face consequences if he's making falsehood on Mr. Perry. So guys, we will continue to watch this one in the news. So catch you on the next video, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave me your views in the comment section, guys. Let me know, what do you think of this story? Do you think Mr. Perry is guilty, or do you think that Mr. Dixon is being honest or not? Let me know in the comment section, guys, and catch you on the next video.